guys, welcome to Chalchitra Talks. मेरा नाम दिशा है and today I'm here to give you a rundown of some of my favorite books, music, movies and TV shows from 2021. 2021 was a very chaotic year for me. The first 6 months I didn't watch, read or do much of anything, and in the last 6 months I binged watched everything that I could get my hands on, and these are some of the gems that came out of it. Let's talk about movies first. One of the films that came out in 2021 that I absolutely loved was Come On, Come On. This is a black and white drama film written and directed by Mike Mills, starring Joaquin Phoenix. It revolves around the unexpected bond that develops between Johnny, who's a radio journalist, and his nephew, who go on a cross-country road trip together. It is a very tender and moving exploration of the connections that exist between children and adults, and the past and the future. Another film or comedy special that came out in 2021 that I immensely enjoyed was Inside by Bo Burnham. This is a comedy special written, directed, edited, shot and produced by Bo Burnham during the pandemic. Very simply, this is filled with musical performances and visuals and other bits where Bo expresses his feelings and his take on circumstances unfolding around him. Besides being hilarious, I remember feeling very inspired when I watched this because of how creative this project is. It definitely made my quarantine a lot more bearable. Now let's talk about a book and a TV show. My favorite read for 2021 was Self-Help by Laurie Moore. This is a collection of 9 short stories that cover topics of love, loss, affairs, death, and all that good stuff. Moore's writing is sharp, witty, and peppered with just the right amount of sad and self-deprecating humor. What really knocked this out of the park for me is that 6 out of these 9 stories have been written from a second-person point of view, which is her essentially asking the reader to step into the you character so that they can experience another person's life. These stories made me laugh, cry, and more importantly, made me feel very understood. The short stories, How to Be Another Woman and How, are some of the best things I've ever read. Coming to my favorite TV show of 2021, it was The Shrink Next Door. This is a psychological drama mini-series based on a podcast by the same name. It is inspired by the story of a man and his therapist who completely takes control over the man's life. This show has an amazing cast with actors like Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd, and Catherine Hahn. It was a very entertaining watch. What I found particularly fascinating was how the portrayal of negative characters with questionable behavior done in a positive light makes you feel really confused about how you feel about them. Let's discuss some music. My artist of 2021 was definitely Arooj Aftab. Her album Vulture Prince came out last year, which I have been listening to obsessively. In this album, she has reimagined some of my favorite ghazals. I have spoken in depth about my love for this album in a music recommendations video, which will be linked down below. Lord's album Solar Power also came out in 2021. This album features songs that falls under the genre of indie folk, psychedelic pop, and so on. I loved her vision with this whole album. Her previous album, Melodrama, which came out a very long time ago in 2017, was also one of my favorites. So I think what makes Solar Power so special for me is seeing the evolution that she has made as an artist and the one that I have made as a patron of her art. And I've come to associate this album with the feeling of growing up. Another album that I listened to way too much of in 2021 was Celeste's Not Your Muse. This is an exquisitely beautiful album that will shatter your heart in a million pieces. The hold that the lyrics of the song Strange have on me is rather concerning. If you've made it this far into the video, tell me what your favorite or most used emoji of 2021 was in the comments. Mine was the clown face. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye!